So I wanted to share a quick story with you. As we watch Elon and his minions gut federal agencies and send federal workers to the unemployment line, as we witness the GOP target areas of the government designed to protect us so that they can pay for their tax cuts, while pigs like Stephen Miller rhetorically spit on immigrants and garbage people like Nancy Mace ridicule transgender people, as they strip away social services and talk about cutting Medicaid and preaching personal responsibility, I get the same question a lot. Why do Republicans hate the working class? No, I actually don't think they do.
UNFTR.
So for many, many years, a good friend of mine ran a holiday donation drive to deliver toys and food to families with young children. And he grew it over the years to include hundreds of deliveries. Every holiday season, families would gather in a warehouse jammed with boxes of food and huge bags filled with presents that were carefully marked to correspond with our driver sheets because every toy was hand-selected for the kid that was getting it. It was absolute magic. So before we filled our cars and set out, he delivered the same speech every single year. We could have given it by heart. He warned that some of us would be entering homes that looked like ours. There might be a big screen television in the den, cars in the driveway, and other outward signs that the recipients weren't in distress. It was the classic don't judge a book by its cover speech. He would continue saying, and by the way, don't expect a pat on the back from anyone, because if that's why you're here, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Now, the point of this isn't to virtue signal. The experiences that we had over the years varied dramatically from house to house. Some people avoided eye contact. Others broke down in tears. Sometimes you fought the urge to pack the children you found there in your own car and take them home. Other times, things seemed normal, if not pretty damn good. But each family was vetted prior by an organization who knew these families well and understood the trauma beneath the facades. So while you hold that thought, a little bit about me. I live in an upper middle class neighborhood. I had an amazing childhood. I have a mortgage and a yard, a wife, 2 kids, and 2 dogs. Now the kids are in college and the dogs are still eating us out of house and home. My wife has a great job and I'm a small business owner. So we're lucky in every respect. We work hard for what we have, and we're buried in debt like pretty much everyone else. We're the proverbial ducks gliding smoothly on the water while we paddle furiously below, seemingly getting nowhere. And we live in a part of New York with tremendous stratification. Our community has a significant immigrant population, but it also has wealth that very few can fathom. There's extreme poverty minutes from 100-acre estates with service entrances. And being part of this community and being white and employed and stable means that we walk effortlessly between these worlds. We're like the Visa card. We're accepted everywhere. Now, because of this access, I'm in a position to observe how the middle and upper classes in our community view those who are less fortunate, maybe new to the country or just down on their luck. I hear all the jokes they tell after looking over both shoulders, the casual racism, the very clear classism. They see the cars on the road, the cell phones in people's hands and seats filled at local restaurants, and say, what could there possibly be to complain about? I grew up poor and worked my ass off to get here is a refrain that I've heard 1,000 times, maybe more. Those people have more than they did when they were on their way up, so they don't want to hear it. So when I hear Republicans talk about cutting entitlements and defending tax cuts for the wealthy, I get them. I know where they're coming from. And by the way, establishment Democrats, not much different. When push comes to shove, the language and tone differs, but the sentiment is pretty much the same. And as we've seen, so's the outcome. So the reason that my friend gave the same speech every year is that sometimes we all need to be reminded of our own privilege. Now, if you can't walk a mile in someone else's shoes, then at least start from a place of empathy and assume that there's stuff buried somewhere. No one gets through this life unscathed. Or understand that our economy is no longer built in a way that someone can have a 9-to-5 job, a basic job, and thrive. The average American spends 1/3 of their income on rent, about 12% on health insurance. The majority finance their smartphones. Food prices are at an all-time high. Student debt is over $1.7 trillion, and household debt, as a percentage of income, is the highest it's ever been. This economy isn't working. So most people are just getting by. But hey, at least you're just getting by, right? You see, it's not that they're tired of hearing you bitch and moan. It's not that they even outwardly despise the poor and working class in this country. It's just that they don't believe you. Anyway, just a thought and a quick little bedtime story. We have a lot of great content coming your way, by the way. A new drop shortly about the Jewish and black divide in America. That should go well. Our fourth non-negotiable on the left covering campaign finance reform, and a tough love discussion about third parties. Now, if you're a regular here and not yet subscribed to our free weekly newsletter, go to UNFTR.com to sign up. It comes out every Saturday and covers important progressive news of the week that you might have missed, an economic chart of the week, an original essay, progressive spotlight, and important leftist resources. So, thanks for watching this, and we'll see you in the next one.